Question 8, the frequency table gives information about the heights of some people. So I've got the information in the table here. And we're asked to draw a frequency polygon. So what we've got to do when you do frequency polygons is plot the frequency against the midpoint of the interval. So it might be worth just writing down the midpoints to start with. So our first one is 162.5. If you can't do that in your head, just add 160 and 165 together, divide by 2. You'll see that everything is going up in steps of 5, so will the midpoints. So it'll be 167.5, 172.5, 177.5, 182.5, and finally 197.5. So I need to plot on the x-axis the height, and on the y-axis the frequency for each of the 6 points. So I'll now mark in all those points onto the graph. In fact, before I do that, just point out that when you look at the number of squares that you've got, there's 5 squares. So when we're plotting on the halves, it can be slightly awkward. We need to plot between the second and the third. Now I won't be able to do that very accurately on this small diagram that I'm doing this video on, but you should be able to do that with comfortably on the full-size paper and with a ruler. But you need to make sure you're exactly halfway between the second and the third, not on the second or third, but halfway between. And also we should note that on the other axis, it's 1 square for 1, so that's 1, whereas that would be, in fact this would be, yeah, and these are 1s as well. So they're both 1s, but we've got to get between the 2 and the 3 for the 2.5s, and between the 7 and the 8 for the 7.5s. Okay, so now we'll plot them. So you see I've plotted the points, and then we join each point with a straight line, and that's your frequency polygon completed. I've just spotted a small mistake. I'll just correct it. I haven't actually made a mistake with the diagram, but it's obviously 187.5 at the end, not 197.5, which is what I wrote. Apologies for that. And there's the question finally completed correctly.